Welcome to Sports Plus Passion. I'm your host, Bronna Marks. So first I want to touch on Lavar Ball. Now you guys may know Lavar Ball and his 3 sons. The issue concerning him this week is him pulling his youngest son, LaMelo, out of high school. LaMelo is only 16. He has 2 years left of high school. Lavar explains that he has a problem with the coach. Lavar has a lot of problems with a lot of people. He's a very controversial man. LaMelo explained that he was excited about not going to school. I mean, as a 16-year-old teenage boy, who's not excited about not going to school? His father explained that he was going to homeschool him. Now, I'm not too sure how certified he is in homeschooling, but I think everybody can kind of understand why he wants to take LaMelo out of school. It's very hard for somebody to be homeschooled, not play on a team, and then be recruited by either a school or professional team. There are 2 top NBA players who are homeschooled, Blake Griffin and Michael Beasley. Blake Griffin was homeschooled from 1st to 8th grade. When high school came around, then he was put into high school, integrated, played for the team. Now he's a great basketball player, right? Michael Beasley, on the other hand, he was homeschooled through high school, but he played for a high school team. Michael Beasley has had some issues during his NBA career, whether or not that's because he was homeschooled and he didn't get integrated. It may be an issue with LaMelo that he's, 1, not going to high school, and 2, he's not playing on a high school team either. LaMelo is already committed to UCLA. He's ranked number 7 by ESPN as he's a top recruit. Who knows how his homeschooling is really going to affect not only his state of mind, but the way he plays as well. Topic number 2. About a week ago, the FBI charged 10 people with fraud, with conspiracy, with a whole bunch of things that have to do with recruiting. Recruiting is the #1 thing in NCAA. You're competing to get your best player. Now the NCAA has specific rules against how you can coerce a player to come to your school, which makes sense, right? Because you don't want to have any other school having the upper hand on another school. You want to give the player a neutral situation and let them choose from there. Now the problem is, and the NCAA has had these problems in the past, is that people will do under the table agreements. Among those schools that were charged, these are big schools. They're not no little like D3 schools. They're Auburn, Arizona, it's USC. These are schools that lead the NCAA. In the middle of this FBI NCAA scandal is Louisville. Now Louisville has had trouble in the past with scandals, and their basketball coach, Rick Pitino, he's a Hall of Fame coach. He brought Louisville basically from nothing to everything they could possibly be. In 2010, they faced a federal extortion charge. So somebody was trying to be like, can you give me money and I'll be quiet. In 2015, they had a sex for pay scandal where a woman specifically wrote a book on the situations that were happening at Louisville. They were basically having girls have sex with recruits so they can bring them in. Magically, Rick Pitino kept his job and the blame went on the assistant coach. Louisville and Rick Pitino got punished for this situation. Louisville has NCAA charges and so does Rick Pitino. This year, the main thing that the FBI and the NCAA, well, the FBI has released is that they gave a top recruit $100,000 from Adidas. Adidas is also being investigated too because they are wrong for this situation. They're not supposed to do that. Players cannot be signed or have contracts with other people or other things that will invest in them or give them money while they're in school. Now, Rick Pitino said he was totally unaware. He was in complete shock about this situation. But as a head coach, you're integrated into this recruiting process, not only because you lead the team, but because people look for you when they want to come to the school. Nobody really looks for, the financial advisor when they're being toply recruited. I mean, they're in the situation and there are financial advisors that are being investigated as well. But as a head coach, you're supposed to know exactly what's going on with your team. He has accepted the blame, not saying that he was wrong, but that basically he's a good enough coach to accept the blame. Pitino has been an amazing coach as far as bringing his program up the ladder. How he did that, I'm not too sure if that was okay. And as far as the NCAA goes, there is a question here. How is the recruiting gonna go now? Now that all of these scandals have popped up between multiple schools over the same exact reason, recruiting, what is the NCAA gonna do? Now, topic number 3. This is the last topic, guys. Thank you for sticking with me if you have. This has been the most controversial topic in sports, probably besides Louisville. I did write an article called The Kaepernick Effect. If you haven't checked it out, please go check it out. Approximately 2 weeks ago, Donald Trump, the President of the United States, he gave a statement. I'm not gonna repeat his words, I don't want to. He gave a statement and the NFL reacted. They knelt either during the anthem or before, or locked arms, or vice versa. Something in between. They did something to make a statement saying, hey, we're one, we're not gonna stand for what you're saying. Let's rewind though. The first person who knelt in the NFL in the past few years, in the past year, was Colin Kaepernick. And he gave his reason why he knelt. Let's fast forward. This past weekend, who do you think knelt? Who do you think locked arms? Do you think it was as many people as the week before last? No, not even close. And there were also players who took a different perspective and knelt before the anthem, and they were still booed by fans. And the initial reaction about this whole kneeling situation was people are disrespecting the flag. They're disrespecting the national anthem. Okay, well, when people kneel before all those things, now what's the problem? So what's the real problem here? The biggest example that I can tell being in Texas was the Cowboys. Jerry Jones will do anything to be on the front page of a newspaper. He chose, and everybody questioned it. Will he kneel? Will he not kneel? He's a supporter of Trump. Everybody knelt before the anthem, and everybody locked arms during the anthem. He was the only person to do 2 separate things. He did the most. This weekend, did anybody lock arms? Not one person. Did anybody kneel? Not one person. That separates people's ideas and reasoning, why they did it. I want people in general to think about these situations. What is the real point? And is there a problem? These are questions you need to ask for yourself. And then after that, what am I going to do about it? Thank you guys for sticking with me through this. You guys are so great. I want to thank all my supporters, all my friends, my family who's been motivating me to do this. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.